Today we're going to be checking out the new Minecraft beta that just came out today. So let's get into the video. Yo, what's up YouTube? Today we're going to be showing you most of the features being added to the new Nether beta. Now we're going to be showing you most of the features here, and we're going to save a few for when we actually go into the Nether. So let's get started. First we have netherrack and soul sand. These aren't new, we just wanted to show you here the difference between the new blocks that came, soul soil, and basalt. There's also nether sprouts, which is these tiny little sprout here, weeping vines, which can only be placed underneath a block, soul fire torch, which actually looks pretty stinking cool. As you can see here, it has like a blue fire effect. We have soul fire lantern, which is another really cool block to be added. And then we have the shroom light. Now the shroom light here will actually be added to these types of blocks. Now these types of blocks will actually be shroom type blocks here. Sorry about that, just wanted to set the time to noon. So we have the new nether wart blocks here, which we have two variations, the crimson and the warped. So we'll go to the warped here. First we have the warped wart block, the warped nylenium, warped planks, which come from the warped stem, which will spawn in warped forest. Yeah, that's a lot to say. We also have the stripped version of warped stem. Now, it comes with the variations of warped slab and warped stairs. We also have the fungi and the roots, which will spawn in the forest. We'll get to that in a little bit here. We have the pressure plate, the fence here, and we also have the fence gate, the trap door, sorry about that, accidentally deleted the trap door. As you can see here, it has like a viney texture. And then we have the button, the door, which will actually have a viney texture with it too, and the sign. Next up we have the crimson blocks here, starting with the nether wart block. It's actually the only block that isn't named crimson, but it's sort of like related to the crimson blocks. We have crimson nylenium, crimson planks, which will come to the crimson stem, which comes from crimson forest. A lot to say there again. Stripped crimson stem, and the crimson slab and crimson stairs. We also have the fungi and roots, the pressure plate, the fence gate, and we have the trapdoor, which looks a little bit more non-viney from the other one. We have the button, we have the door, and we have the sign, which actually has like a viney texture on the bottom, along with warped. So this is probably the coolest addition added to the Minecraft Nether update, is the ancient debris, which can be found in the nether underneath. Now if you mine it with a diamond pickaxe, you can make netherite scrap, which is also a new item, and 4 netherite scraps plus 4 gold ingots can make a netherite ingot. Now 9 ingots can actually make a block of netherite, or you can make a new type of armor, tools, and weapons. So this is the coolest part of the new addition, is that if you have diamond tools or diamond armor and you use the netherite ingot, you can actually create any one of these. The netherite armor, netherite tools, and netherite sword, which have increased stats and more. Also, a new feature which has been added to all these tools, weapons, and gear is that they're non-burnable, so they won't actually burn in lava. It's really cool here. If we can throw it in properly next time, is that if you go back in, the netherite sword doesn't actually burn. Now this is a really cool feature which I bet a lot of players really like, and is really cool especially if you're playing in survival mode. Also, a non-nether feature which has been added is that brick walls, if you put them here and put them on top, they won't actually have a holy type texture and are now completely filled in, which I think a lot of players will like in the new beta. So I know what you're probably thinking. Let's see this in action. So let's go to the Nether. So now that we're in the Nether here, we can already see that the Crimson Forest is looking awesome. It's got these crimson type trees here. We got vines hanging down from netherrack, and if we go into the Nether Forest here, you can see like these little plants here are spawning. You can see the vines hanging down from the trees. The new light sources now spawn in the trees, which I think is super cool. Also, if we can find one here, hoglins will spawn in this biome. They're about the size of a full human here. They don't have any features yet, but will be added to the new betas. And now we're going to check out to see if we can find any other biomes here. Next we have the sort of soul soil area, which have these really cool pillars that are coming from the bottom to the top here. You can also see that blue fire actually spawns if you light soul soil on fire. Now I've seen one of these glitches here. They don't have an animation for the weather yet. So if you go into the Crimson Forest here, it'll turn red and back to blue. Hopefully there'll be an animation added to Minecraft because that might give me a seizure or something. Also, a quick new feature here is that gravel actually spawns near lava and now spawns in the Nether, which is kind of an odd add-on to pick, but actually adds a really cool sort of texture to the new Nether style. In the soul soil biome, you can actually see that bone structures are now spawning in the Nether too, which really adds like a cool ancient feature, as if some ancient creatures came in through the Nether here. You can also see that skeletons now spawn normally, so that gives it more of a dangerous feature. Next up we have the Warped Forest, which as you can see is very similar to the Crimson Forest, just with a blue type texture. We have the new Nylium, hard to say here. We got these new plants here, and Endermen will actually spawn in this biome. Now if you're playing the beta, you'll realize that there's way too many Endermen spawning, and this is actually a glitch which Minecraft will fix eventually. And that's pretty much it to wrap up this video. If you like it, please subscribe and check out our social media pages down in the description below, and we'll see you next time.